Hey guys, this is my first video. So this is going to be about trying to conceive, and me and my husband were successful in November, and I had all regular pregnancy symptoms, everything that I had with my daughter, and we were really excited about getting pregnant like the first try. And I had every single normal pregnancy symptom: tender breast, fatigue. I felt nauseous all the time. I was more hungry. I was urinating a lot more. Everything. I had every normal symptom you could ever think of for pregnancy. I had heartburn, which that's kind of how I found out I was pregnant, because I never have heartburn, and I had heartburn with my daughter. And we went for our first checkup during my 10-week appointment, and I was kind of like nervous for going to this appointment, which was weird for me because for my daughter, I was super excited about going to all of her appointments and everything, and I was just so nervous for this appointment. And I dropped my daughter off, and my husband met me at my doctor's office, and we waited forever because my doctor was delivering a baby. And she didn't give me we weren't going to listen to the heartbeat. We were just going to go in for an ultrasound. And we get into the ultrasound room, and I'm all, ready to go and super excited. And she tries to go, look for it, and she could kind of see something way back, but I was going in for my 10-week checkup, so there should have been something there, even on the outside. And so we did a vaginal ultrasound, and it showed that the fetus's development was only at 6 weeks gestational, and she said that there's something weird, and I was really confused, and I said, well, is it a viable pregnancy? And she goes, no, I don't believe so. And so that was really hard to take, and I went and picked up my daughter, and I just started, really crying because, I was just so excited about having this. And I had told my daughter that I was pregnant and we were expecting. She's only 2.5. And she was so excited for mommy to be pregnant and to have a little brother or sister. And you can tell she was just really sad for me. And that was hard to take. But I found out that I had a missed miscarriage on December 23rd, right before Christmas Eve. So my whole family knew I was pregnant and expecting, because I was supposedly like 10 weeks along, and I was almost to the safe point, what I thought. And so that was really hard to go into, knowing that, I had this fetus still inside me, which all it was is the sac that I seen. And so I think it would have been a little harder if I were to see a full-formed baby, but it was still really sad. But so everyone was really, they didn't really want to talk about it, and I didn't either. I wanted it to be, a happy time, because Christmas is supposed to be, a happy time. So we had quite we kind of just laid back and didn't really talk too much, but we were fine, and we wanted it to be not a sad thing, because we're still pretty young, and people have miscarriages more than people talk about. So I found that out after I had the miscarriage, that I knew tons of people that hadn't ever talked about miscarriages before, but had them. So on the 31st, or actually on the 1st, I had actually on the, I think it was on the 31st that I had scheduled a D&C because it had yet to expel. And the morning of New Year's Eve, or no, morning of New Year's, I started bleeding, and it was kind of like a normal period, and I had a little bit of cramping, and it was pretty uncomfortable, but I took some ibuprofen and I felt like it was fine. And so I actually went to a family event, which was a giant mistake because I didn't know, you know, I thought since the baby was really small that it wouldn't be like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what I was expecting, I guess. And so it was just, I was fine until I got to my grandma's house, and the miscarriage actually started to occur, and there was a lot. Like, no one really explains to you, you know, what to expect for a miscarriage, and it was, I couldn't even stand. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but it was more than I was expecting. And I got home, and I thought I was, because it was a lot. But yeah. And so now it's April, and we are talking about trying again. And I just had my ovulation on the 13th, and now it is the 15th, and trying to get pregnant again. So I'm really scared about this, just because, you know, after a miscarriage, that's a normal feeling. Like, is this gonna go through? Is this not? And so I had my ovulation on the 13th, and I have been testing my ovulation with these, and you can kind of tell where I ovulated right there, because this one's a little more faint than this one. But sorry, my daughter's coming in now. But yeah, we're gonna try again, and I'm gonna try to actually make videos of this one just to see, you know, how everything is. I didn't really document too much with the last one or my daughter, and so I was wanting to remember and come back to these videos and see how I felt when I was trying to conceive and getting pregnant, hopefully. All right, bye.